Welcome to Backstage Gossip, a comedy podcast produced monthly by Burning My Comedy Show, Hamburg's #1 weekly comedy show in English. Hello and welcome to Backstage Gossip. This is our second episode and here we are, Shahin Asmari and
Jasmine Katana.
And over here is our guest, Ayo, who is actually one of the comedians in Hamburg, one of the first people I saw in the scene, and we are going to get to know him much better. So, welcome.
Yes. Hi, guys. How are you guys doing?
We are doing...
I like it. No, keep it in.
I'm asking how you guys doing. I'm asking the audience. I'm asking you guys.
We're doing fine.
Okay, cool. Great for you.
Fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm
You're
really good. Good. Did my solo last week, so now I feel like I'm done with comedy. I'm done.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was your only mission in life?
No, it wasn't my only mission. Now I have to find something else.
I mean,
Okay.
when you started doing comedy, when was your very first performance? How long ago was it?
I think it was like almost 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
And after 4 years, you did your 1 hour special.
Exactly.
So congratulations, first of all, for
Thank
that.
you. Plus, we had the pandemic,
Yes.
We
which
had the
didn't really
pandemic,
help
and
for
then
those who
7
were not
years,
there.
So basically you did comedy for 2 years.
Yeah, I did comedy for 2 years and then had enough material to come up with the solo.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shahin, do you have a solo already?
I have a title for that.
Oh,
And
he has a title.
I have a
That's it.
title. That's the beginning. And I am so motivated to do it.
Yeah,
After I saw you, I was like, you know what? That's the way it is.
All right, you saw it. It was like, it looks easy. Let's do it.
No.
Literally, that's what we all thought.
Yeah. If he can do it, everyone can do it.
What is the title of your
From Tehran to Ripaban.
That is funny.
That is funny, yeah.
That
And
is
basically, what I have, I have been working on different materials, but it's mostly about an Iranian who ends up in Germany, and most of my jokes are about how I ended up here.
Yeah.
And I want to do it and put it aside. Say, hey, that's it. I don't want to deal with those topics anymore. So.
And what if you don't do your special in Reeperbahn? Do you have to change your entire special now?
No. I
That's true. That's actually that's a very good question.
Yeah.
Imagine like
do
you're
it
performing
in Icona.
in Dresden, for example. I don't know why I said Dresden, by the way. But imagine you have to perform in Dresden. Do people know Reeperbahn?
Everybody
think
knows
so.
Reeperbahn.
I
But
mean-
Reeperbahn is like a generic word, right? Like
No.
a German generic. I thought it was
It's a place in Hamburg.
So everyone knows like Reeperbahn means Hamburg, Germany.
Of course.
Okay.
I think you mean the red light district.
Yeah.
The red light district exists in other places
Okay,
as well.
I
But
know.
Reeperbahn, that's Hamburg.
But what does Reeperbahn means in German?
It's a street called Reeperbahn.
For other people, it means sex and drugs.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean both.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the moment I got my visa, all my cousins, they were like, oh, you're going to Reeperbahn. I was like, where is that?
Your cousin knew it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like Hamburg is known for like one of the biggest red light districts on this planet.
Like, sorry to say, but even like in France, people don't even know Hamburg. I mean, like at least the people I
Yeah,
know,
but
it's
that
just
is
like
like
I'm
being-
telling them I'm in Hamburg, and they're like, where is that?
Yeah, that's like being from Paris and being ignorant about everybody else.
But I mean, that's one of your
So
jokes.
it's like,
I'm not from Paris. I'm from the suburbs.
oh, really?
Yeah. I like the way you say like, really? You like
No, I didn't.
You didn't know
I thought you were from the city.
the city Paris?
Yeah.
No, I was born in the city Paris, and
Yeah.
then we took off
Where did you grow up?
outside.
Outside of Paris?
Yeah.
Nice.
Versailles?
Versailles.
You lived in the building.
Yeah, of
You
course,
know?
Versailles. My parents are like, okay, no, we don't want you to grow up. And no, Versailles is pretty far from Paris.
Yeah, it's like
But
40
it's just
minutes.
like you have like Paris, and then you have how you call it in English, you have the outskirts, and you have different departments. You have the 94, where I come from, 92, 91, different departments. And most people like live in these suburbs.
I see. But I mean, you were born in Paris, but you're not French
No,
originally.
no.
No, I mean, technically, you were born in Paris, so you are French. You have a French passport.
Of course.
It was the first language you spoke.
Yeah.
You know, so Shahin
The first
still
language
has,
I
like,
spoke
that
was,
Middle
like-
Eastern mindset. Like, where did your grandfather grow
Yeah,
up?
exactly.
So we can tell. Here in Europe, if you were born in that country, you are from that country.
Of course.
No. The thing is, it's one of his jokes and some people don't know Ayo, so
Yeah.
they want to know more.
I mean,
about
I
it.
think they can tell that he's effing ethnically not French.
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
seeing
but some
them.
people don't know that, you know, like the world evolves. And
Yeah, I mean.
as a kid, I was told that Napoleon was my ancestor. That's
Yeah,
what
of
we
course.
learned at school.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's what we learned. I believed it. I
And
was like,
I
oh
believe
shit, Napoleon is my ancestor, but who's this guy?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny guy.
And but your parents were not born in France.
No, my parents are from Nigeria.
Okay.
We're from Nigeria.
From Nigeria, they're born in a small village. Well, it's like I hate the word village because for people it sounds like village, like you know, village, like in the village. No, it's like it's a city. It's actually a city. You guys are laughing.
That somehow, like, every time when somebody comes from, like, the African continent or Asia, we always say village, where we don't say that in Europe. Like, no one is
No.
like, oh, I come from a village in Germany. It's like, I come from a small town.
Yeah.
But in Africa, you're like, you come from a village, and every white person is like, a tribe. Like, this is what
Yeah, exactly that. Even like even my parents, where they told me like we're going to the village, and I had no idea about like how the idea I had about Africa was unfortunately like the TV and the books, and we were on trees. So I was like, no, fuck, I'm not going there. I'm not going there to this village. But it's just like it's a small city. It's a very nice city actually.
Yeah.
The name of the city, by the way, it's like it's called Ileoluchi, and it's like there's like the whole. Let's put it this way, like it would be the equivalent of Hamburg. It's called Ondo State, so it's a state. It's pretty big.
Okay. So you've been to Nigeria as well?
I've been to Nigeria only twice.
Only twice.
Yeah.
As a grown up or as a kid?
As a kid and as a grown up. I think I was around 20 something.
Okay.
The last time I was there.
Do you speak the language there?
They have different languages. I think they have more than, was it? I don't want to tell anything like wrong, but more than 400 languages,
Wow.
dialects. Yeah, and the main language, of course, is like English, and then people have the main dialect, Igbo dialect, or you have Yoruba. My parents speak Yoruba,
Yeah.
and I used to understand. I would say like 90%, but speaking I can't, unfortunately. But it's part of my to-do list.
So if you go to like the times you went to Nigeria, are you the French guy for them?
I'm the French guy.
100%.
They recognize it, and it doesn't mean like I've been to Mali in the past when I think I was 18 with some friends. Some of them come from Mali also, and it was funny because like sometimes we'll be like walking the street and it would be like Tubabu, which means like white people. They were calling us this way, and
They called you
yeah,
white
this was just like why? It's just like French. It was like no, and it was just like we went extra. I remember we went extra. Like we didn't. It's not like we were wearing like expensive clothes, but you know we just like tried to be decent, and we went to you know like. I think we went to, there was no H&M back then, but it was a shop called Kiabi. We went there like to buy plain t-shirt and simple things, you know, like not to show that we, so that
Europe.
people have think that we are rich or whatsoever. And that's the only clothes we had. And then we had to go to the club once, and people were just like, hey, who are these guys? Who are these white people who need money?
Yeah, but that was the same thing like with me. My parents come from Tunisia, and here in Germany you kind of feel like you are Tunisian, you are
Yeah.
in Europe because that's what they see. But every time when I go to Tunisia, I'm the German.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
the German before anything else. You know?
Do they call you German?
Of course. They're like,
Yeah.
you are German. You look like us, but you are not us.
It's just like it's really crazy because like of course I think like when you go back to your country of origin you're happy to see people, and then you're like, yeah, you're not really one of us.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you go back to your country, it's like you should go back to where you came from, but I'm from here. So it's
Yeah.
like you're kind of in
we have
between.
no home.
We have no
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
We are bastards.
But I mean, you two were born here. I was not born here, and I moved here. That
What do you
is-
mean you two are born here? I wasn't born in Germany.
I mean, in Europe.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like it.
yeah,
It's just-
yeah. Europe.
But in Iran, when you go back in Iran, you again like just a regular
No.
Persian guy. No, not anymore.
No. They call me Mr. Germany.
Mr. Germany.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mr. Germany
And
is here.
they're like, oh wow, oh Tommy Hilfiger, oh yeah, and they're like, oh now, oh you're so on time, you're so German you are. And I'm like, could you just stop?
Yeah. And here in Germany, they're like, do you speak German?
Yeah. And literally, I've had friends who stopped me. They were like, could you speak a little bit German so we can laugh?
Oh my god, that's funny though. I think it's funny.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. Anyway.
You were actually born and raised there, so it's everybody.
Yeah, but still, when you move out and then you start living a new life, you
Yeah.
change. And when you go back, you see the change. You're like, okay, I'm not the old me,
Mm.
and they are not the old them.
Mm.
Everybody has changed, and they have changed in a different way. You have changed in a different way. Not necessarily either is good, but you're different.
Yeah,
and
you
don't
discovered
understand.
pork.
They eat pork as well in Iran.
Oh, okay, so no
Yeah.
one.
We've got
I-
Armenians,
I,
and Armenians have like pork,
Yeah,
and
well, they're
everybody
Christians.
knows an Armenian who can provide that.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like a drug in Iran. Is
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
It's like I would not speak about Iran because maybe one day I want to go to Iran.
I'm not gonna go there.
But maybe I want to go there, so that's why I would not ask any question.
Okay, okay. So, do you have relatives in Nigeria now?
I have many relatives. I guess like most of them know me, but I don't know them.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
that like when you walk down the street and the old lady comes up to you, I knew you when you were a baby.
No, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much that. But it was also like my you know like my parent moved to France, and in France there was just like not most Nigerian people were not going to France; they were going to other countries,
England,
Oh.
English-speaking countries.
Yeah.
So they kind of like had their group of friends, and these were the only Nigerian I knew. And then of
Wow.
course, like then you're going there. The last time I went there, and of course there is all the family because the family is bigger. It's not like here where everyone is just for themselves. They're just like what we call
Yeah.
family. It's just the whole surroundings, almost.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't get rid of them,
Exactly.
even if you want to.
Yeah.
They stick around. But when
But
did
I-
you move to Germany then? You were born in Paris,
Mhm.
France,
Yeah.
near Paris.
I was born in Paris.
Oh, you were born in
In
Paris.
Paris.
raised near Paris.
I was raised near Paris.
And then when did you move here?
When did I move to Germany? I think it was like I can't remember. It's like 12 years ago, something like that.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
You could basically become German.
Yeah, could become German.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. Depends. I think sometimes I think it's just like I was just like it's I know it sounds like pretty arrogant for me, but just like it would just like have a pitch between France and Germany. Why should I just like keep the French nationality and the German have to convince me? Why should I have to become
Can you
German?
not keep both?
But I have the Nigerian passport also, and this one
Oh,
I'm keeping
wow.
definitely.
Ah,
So now I have to choose: do I want to be French or do I have to want to be German?
I mean, the French passport is also an EU passport, so you really don't need the German passport.
Yeah, but if I want to vote, maybe one day,
Ah, that's true.
you know, if
Yeah.
I want to be a good burger,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I need maybe. But it was just like it would really be weird for me just like say like, hey guys, tell my friends, hey guys, I'm German now.
But the thing is, they're changing the rules, and you're allowed to have different nationalities from EU.
But it's just like you can't. It just doesn't mean like you're gonna have like 5 nationalities.
Of course, it does. It does.
Where did you
it
read
is
that?
going- What?
What did you read that?
I read it in the news.
Which news?
Oh, where the source of
Instagram.
No.
Instagram.
No, you know, you have never dealt with visa issues like I have done, and every Iranian is just following the rules. Okay, how is it going in Switzerland, in Germany, in France, and they're comparing everything. And it was in the news that there were a lot of Europeans who moved to other countries, but they could not vote, and they had
Did
to
you say what?
vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you say what? Oh, you're so German. What? They could not vote. 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 It's like when what Jazz says all the time, like when she comes up stage, it's just like, does anyone has New Year's with how do you say it?
Resolution.
Resolution. I'm like, oh, it's like this is so funny.
That's good. So you can already laugh before the joke starts.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Exactly.
So they were changing the rules so people could vote and have different nationalities and not give their previous nationality back. I think it's already being done now.
Okay.
If not next year.
But it's just like it means like
Dual nationality.
yeah, but dual is like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to keep my Nigerian passport.
No, dual European nationality.
So
It
I could
has
be
nothing-
like, I could be
free.
like, hey, where are you from? I'm from Nigeria, but I'm also German. I'm also French.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm gonna fuck
Yes.
people up's mind. I want to go to France. I would not buy any ticket, and they will ask me like the guys from the ticket will come and say like, faire 4 bitter. You say like ticket, s'il vous plaît. I will say Entschuldigung, ich spreche keine Französisch. And if they happen to speak Französisch, then we'll switch to Hola, buenos dias.
Would you ever move back to France?
I would never say never because I didn't think about like moving to Germany. So
True, that's true.
yeah. So I don't want to pronounce myself.
Okay. Okay. But before you come to Germany, you were living in Barcelona.
Exactly, Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Hmm.
You speak Spanish.
I speak Spanish.
You do comedy in Spanish.
I did comedy in Spanish.
How was it?
It was great.
Yeah?
It was great. I did it only once, and it was like there was like no chance to have an open mic or something. So it was just like I guess like around like 100 people,
Yeah.
and I didn't know what to expect. To be honest, I was like, yeah. So I came on stage, and the good thing is just like I just needed like to tell my jokes and not like thinking about them so much. Yeah, because I felt like there was no pressure.
Okay. Did
I
you
felt like
it?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Because I guess people were not expecting me to speak Spanish, and I came and I came on stage, and just like people, because I my bits, and I guess like they can relate to quite a few stories, like moving to Germany, children and whatsoever. So it was one of the best shows I've had.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very shocked. You were as well.
Yeah, that he spoke Spanish randomly because we know each other for years.
You didn't know that?
Never brought up the
No.
fact, hey, by the way, I speak a language fluently.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like it's like it would be weird also to be, hey guys, I'm doing comedy. Do you know what? I speak Spanish. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but still, like when you get to know people and
Yeah.
you get close to them, you understand.
But you guys knew that I used to live in Spain, Barcelona.
Yeah, but I thought you spoke English there. Like that
You
means
thought
nothing.
I was a regular French? No, it's just no. I had Spanish at school,
Mhm.
and then I moved to Spain. The first time I moved there, I continued speaking French with my friends,
Okay.
speaking French and party.
Yeah.
And then I came back to Barcelona, and this time I was on my own, and it really helped me like to pick up with the language.
Okay. How long were you there?
In total, if I have to sum up like the different time I was there, I would say like 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. The last time I've been there before I moved, I think I've been there like a year, a bit more than a year.
Okay. Okay. So when you compare Paris, Barcelona, and Hamburg, which one do you like more?
In terms of architecture, in which
Living,
In
man.
total.
like living? That's a very good question. Honestly, sometimes when like I'm in Paris, I have like a love and hate relationship with France or Paris. When I'm in Paris, it's just like too much for me. I need my calm and peace from Hamburg. But then I like the architecture. The city is beautiful. You just like can walk and just like, I hate you guys, but look, this surrounding is great.
That is the experience of Paris.
Yeah,
That's
it
why
is.
people go
That's
there.
true,
Like,
Paris.
we don't like the people, but damn,
It's just
pretty.
like, but even like the thing with the people is just like when I go there, of course, like there is thing that triggers me, but then like people are just like, it's like other place, but like the rhythm of the city is crazy, and people are frustrated. They have to go to work and they have to take this train and this and that, and the train are always like even worse than Hamburg.
Ah.
So I would say like to Hamburg, Paris, Hamburg, or Barcelona. Barcelona was crazy.
Barcelona.
Barcelona was crazy.
Yeah.
So I would say now I don't need to go back, but I would say like Barcelona.
Okay.
That's nice.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's just like Barcelona was really good, but I wouldn't go and live there again. I don't think I would do it.
Okay. Is there a particular reason for that?
Because it's just like I felt like the time I left, I felt like a chapter was closed.
I see.
Like really like a movie. It's like, okay, I'm done with this place. Everyone was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, no, I'm done. It was just like I went there different time, and I felt like I did the most simple things that I wanted to do, like I don't know, and everything that I wanted to do. And at some point I started to get frustrated about the city, because of course you see the reality and different things.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'd rather leave now before just like
How old were you then?
how old I was. I think it was 24, 25.
Oh, that's a cool age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to move out and live in another city or
You should
country.
do it. I
For
think it's
example.
I would probably. I want to go like to Costa Rica or something.
Oh,
Costa
wow,
Rica.
okay.
Oh, you want to go completely like
Out of Europe.
That
definitely.
is a German.
but Costa Rica is really European.
I
I've
know,
heard.
like European
and expensive.
take over anything.
And expensive. Oh, God.
But then they complain when the fucking immigrants come here.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
do the same
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's like New Zealand. It's New Germany now.
Yeah.
Really?
But not
Yeah,
that-
New Zealand is crazy. Like, especially like people my age,
Mm-hmm.
after high school, they go to New Zealand, bother the people there, then they come back. I'm changed.
work and travel.
I'm changed.
Yeah, work and travel is basically my dad has enough money for me to work, not work,
Yeah.
and travel.
But it's I think it's like I remember when I was in France, they have different program, that allow you like to go in other countries, and of course you need to be aware of it and be like, I would say, like mentally ready to understand what of a great opportunity could be. But for example, like I went to university and you had like this Erasmus program, like it's a European program where you could just like have your master's degrees and you go to another country and you can study there. And back then, I remember at university, we had the chance like to go to Spain. I was like, no, I don't want to go to Spain. I want to go to America, because I was fascinated by America. I was just fascinated by that country, but I missed that chance. So of course I can understand. There are some people who do this work and travel, and it's a privilege. But there's also some people who are able, like through Erasmus or different program, like to go abroad. But at the end, like living abroad is like a luxury. It's really a luxury. When I was in Spain. I remember I worked for an event company, and we had to manage an event. It was for a group from a school in the States, and they came, and I've never seen people like so privileged like that. Like we picked them up with the bus, and they had crazy apartments. They had one apartment, like Barcelona, the Sagrada Familia. Mm-hmm. They had like apartment with a view on the Sagrada Familia. First of all, we picked them up.
Damn.
And you can already smell they're gonna be like so special. Oh my God, look at this! Oh, this is so nice. Oh, this Spanish. What is this language? This is Spanish, And then we picked them up, and we basically we're about like to park the car. The bus driver is parking the car, and the building is there, and all the buses bitching, asking why can't he go the other way? I'm like, these kids. I'm gonna kill these kids, And eventually, they had to cross the street. It was a disaster for them, and then we went up to show them the apartments. I had the fucking room with a view on the fucking elevator. Yeah. They had like apartments for themselves with a view on the Sagrada Familia. And guess what?
They complained.
One complained, started crying. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, what's wrong? Oh, yeah. Have you seen my flat? And I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And then I seen the flat. There was just like no view. You could just see like half of the Sagrada Familia.
Huh. That is a European
and it was just, and the worst thing that after happened, it was like, I remember there was like I think a girl, she was just like, yeah, but there is no bed sheets. Oh my God, what should we do? And she picks up her phone, and back then, it's not like now you can call it. It's like very cheap to call the state. She picked her phone and called it that. Dad, you won't believe, there is no cover. And the dad said like, okay, I'm gonna send you some.
Oh my God.
And we were like, yeah, but there is a shop just there. And these kids, and it's crazy.
Where did they live? Like in the States, but where? Like
I have no idea. I know they're Americans.
Like tourist exchange students?
No, there were students who went to school. They were doing an exchange program, but a very privileged exchange program, because they hired the company I was working for, which is an event company, to do the whole to manage the whole trip.
And you lived in Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
Do you speak also Catalan?
No.
Did you ever try?
No.
Okay.
Did they try to force me? Yes.
Yes, of course. Barcelona.
Yeah. I when the first time I moved to Barcelona, people was like, I was like, is it Spanish? My Spanish is that bad? Then I realized that at some point it wasn't Spanish. They were speaking Catalan to me. And I was like, do I look fucking Catalan to you? Thanks for the compliment, but I don't look Catalan. And I would not speak about Catalan people.
Okay, no.
But it's just like the language. It's very.
A bit darker than.
Not necessarily.
Why you always have to bring the skin color?
No, because
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. We're gonna cut that piece anyway.
Yeah.
No, but it's a good. No, are they? No, they're not darker.
Not necessarily. Like the football players who come from Barcelona, they don't look like darker.
Okay, I did not know that.
Okay. So, when was your first ever comedy show that you did?
My
like
first.
You said 4 years ago, but how was the experience?
Yeah, where was it? Which language was it?
It was German. It was my first time speaking in public in German.
Wow.
What?
Or even it was my first time, like even at work, customer would call, and sometimes the phone would ring, and I would just let it ring because I knew it was for my German customers, client. It was my German colleagues, I was just like, I was shitting my pants. And my chef, and one day my boss was sitting in front of me. I was like, shit, the phone is coming. I was like, hello, guten Tag. I was like, no. Even writing the number, I couldn't even do it. Even the name, and I was feeling like, I was like, no, I can't even ask, because, like, I always had this image of Germans, like, warum, ja, sie sprechen kein Deutsch, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, someone called, I was like, no, it was just someone from Spain. And that's it.
Oh my God.
So yeah, then, I did my first set in German.
Do you remember which show?
It was in Hörsaal. And back then, it was like an open mic.
Oh, the open stage.
Exactly, open stage. It was Betts.
Yeah.
Betts was doing it, and I remember they had like a different performance. They had a guy was doing, I think I'm not sure if he did something like, it was something like really space, where it was just like, there was like, and everyone is there. I'm just like, I'm supposed to make jokes afterwards for the first time. And then it was really hard at the moment, and I have no hard feelings for Betts, but I had prepared like a bit with Khaldun, who introduced me to comedy.
Yeah.
And I prepared a bit, but it was basically a bit translated. So I came on, so I was like, hallo, guten Tag, mein Name ist Ayo, ich komme aus Frankreich. This was my bit. But before that, like, I was backstage, and Betts was like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready for our next comedian? And I was like, yeah. And I came on stage, and I was like, no, wait a second, that wasn't enough. Can you go out of the stage? And I was like, But he didn't change anything anyway. He put more pressure on me, and then I went on stage and I did my set. There was a few laughs, especially because I used the word which was apparently not used in Germany since years. And then I said, was it funny? He was like, no, Stoßzeiten. No one says that anymore. Stoßzeiten.
What is that?
I don't know.
You see, even me, but that was Google Translate. And I was like, Stoßzeiten. And I was like, Stoß. And I was like, yeah, Stoßzeiten. And everyone was like, ha. I was like, I killed it. I was like, no, what does it mean? And it's like, no one uses this word. And I was like,
oh, shit.
Yeah, so it was like I bombed. I really bombed. And then at the end of the show, I wanted to go because we get chips to get a drink. And I wanted to get like a hard drink, just like to forget about the night. I was like, can I have a beer? It's like, no, comedian can only have, can I have like a whiskey or something? It's like, no, comedian can only have a beer. I just went home in the rain.
Oh,
that was really hard. Was really hard.
And did you just go to another open mic or another show right after?
No,
not the same
thing,
night.
There was no many open mic. Mm-hmm. There were not many open mic. Like today, you have like, you can perform every day. Back then, it was maybe a few places you had to write them, and you didn't understand what is a mix show, for example, an open mic. So I think it took me maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks then I had my second shot.
Okay, how was it?
It was better.
Where was that?
It was better. It was like Reeperbahn Comedy. They used to have, this place down Uwe?
Yeah.
Sommersalon.
Oh, right.
And it was packed. It was really, really packed. And I did 5 minutes. It worked pretty well. But the material that I did back then, I'm for the most part, not doing anymore.
Where was the moment you realized, like, oh, I'm actually good at this, and I should like pursue it more? Because at the beginning you said it wasn't good, but there was probably like a switch where it happened, where you became like a decent comedian, because now you're one of the best in Hamburg.
Oh, thank you.
So when do you remember the first time you had like an amazing performance and you were like, oh, I want to pursue this?
That's a very good question, and a tough question also. That's a tough question.
You never thought about it?
No, I never thought about it.
That's why. He never got.
He's still waiting for the moment to happen.
It didn't exist.
Am I?
No, I think like that was. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember. I just kept going.
Perseverance.
Yeah, I just kept on going, and then of course, like how it feels. Like you go on stage, and maybe you miss one joke, and for you it depends, of course, how you see things. Maybe you think, oh shit, I forgot that joke, but people don't know about it, so you feel like okay. But I would say like the Basket Mouth show.
Wow.
That's recently.
Yeah, that's 9 months ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not that long ago.
No, because it was just like it was
in literally.
Yeah, I was expecting you to say okay after the
May or
show?
something.
No, it was in winter. Maybe February or March.
Yeah, it was something like that, February.
Yeah. Wow.
No, but before that, it was of course like you do 5 minutes.
No,
you
you
do
were doing 20 minutes for us.
Yeah, okay, but it's just like no, I mean like with the whole setup. I mean, you know, of course, like because like we do open mic and you have like mix show with bigger audience. But for the first time, where I was just like I saw like this phone with people, and you have like a comedy legend coming on stage, and you have the privilege to go on stage with him. For me, it was like wow.
How long did you do there?
I think I did like maybe 20 minutes, between 15 and 20 minutes. And I can't even remember what my set was. The only thing I remember is like I came on stage, you know the story.
Yeah.
And then I had to work my way up, and I had to fight against the audience, and then it went pretty well.
Really?
Yeah, I had to.
Why?
No, in the way like it's like it was like Nigerian people, like my people.
Yeah.
In front of me, you know, and so of course like the audience is different. People are much more expressive. They expect like other type of comedy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you have to be like way higher in your energy.
They like more energy,
Exactly.
more like
Yeah,
And also
Sure.
they have paid to see a star, and they're like, "Who are you? Just go."
Yeah, literally.
You know?
exactly. Yeah, so that's why I remember I came on stage. You were there, right?
No.
No, you were not there.
I was-
No, I came on stage and I was like, how the hell am I supposed to do that? Because also like, you know, I've performed, and most of the time the audience I've performed in front was German. And the topic I speak about like involve, of course, like the blackness, and it's and for me when I started comedy, there was something which was really important for me, was like not to make jokes will affect like other people, or affect at least most of all like my people, you know. And you can easily fall into that trap, so I was pretty apprehensive about that, but at the end it worked well.
So you went on the stage and it was only Nigerian people in the crowd?
It was mostly Nigerian people.
Okay. And who were like the non-Nigerians? From where did they come?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. I was
Were
just
there
like I was.
some white people?
I don't like. There was like a couple of them lost, but that's it.
That's always amazing. Like it's
Yeah.
like he's a Nigerian,
But you know who was there?
comic, and still some Germans are still
I
there.
mean, we did the Italian show, and we said it is going to be in Italian, and now we have a technical issue. But yeah.
Werbung. Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, we did the. Yeah, it's. I think it's now working. Yeah. So we did the Italian show, and there were a few people who just showed up because they saw comedy show, but they didn't read that it is in Italian, and they sat there, and after 5 minutes they were like, "We don't understand Italian. Why is he talking in Italian?" We're like, "Comedy in Italian." That's the title. I
Yeah,
don't
maybe
know.
people were excited and just got inside and without paying attention.
No,
Yeah.
but they did the most German thing, and that is they didn't stood up and left immediately. They waited till the break. Like
Yeah.
they were respectful. They
Wow.
were like, I don't speak the language, but I'm not gonna interrupt.
French people would not do that. It's like no.
They
wait,
would literally go on
wait,
stage.
speaking
Actually-
speaking Italian. He's speaking Italian. No, we have to go. Sorry, can you speak French?
There was
Tu peux parler français, s'il te plaît?
There was a guy who was actually coming in a group of 5, and it was his birthday gift. So his friends had bought the ticket for his birthday, and they were all black people. And one of them,
I like the way you tell me that.
because you were talking about French people, I was like, yeah. But then he came to me and he was like, "We don't understand Italian." I'm like, "Okay, so why are you here?" He was like, "It was my birthday gift." I was like, "Oh, fuck me."
But they were respectful and they stayed. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they didn't want to interrupt, which I
Wow.
thought was really sweet.
Yeah.
But you said like you went on the stage, you were a little bit like scared that you did not know how it will turn out to be.
I was
How like,
apprehensive.
how was the first joke? Like how did they react on your introduction basically?
They corrected me. All of them corrected my name.
Your
They
name?
really corrected my name.
Oh, your
No.
name.
Yeah,
Why
because
did
I said like usually like the way you speak my name is like Ayodeji. It's not like Ayodeji. That's my complete name. You say like for example, and I say Ayo. You know,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
usually they say like Ayo. You
Yeah.
see, like there is even like a dot under in the
Oh.
Yoruba language. Yeah. So there's a different pronunciation, and I kind of like knew. I saw this coming. I saw this coming, and the thing is just like even Khalid, because Khalid when he brings me on stage, he was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, now coming to the stage, my brother, I want you to be nice for Ayo." He always say like Ayo, and I'm like, "Oh no, my name is Ayo." I'm like, so people was like, "No, your name is not Ayo."
Really? Did they all just like say no? It's
They corrected me.
Fuck.
and did you make a joke about it or like?
I
Now
had to
he
make
has
jokes
bit.
about it.
No, you do
Yeah, I have a
joke.
bit about this, but I had to was like then I can't remember the joke that I made, but it was basically like telling them, okay, guys, you need to relax. I'm one of yours, you know. And then I had to make my bam bam. I can't remember anything. I can only remember that I've lost my voice afterwards.
Okay.
But you got them at the end.
Yeah.
You got them pretty early on, or did you had to like work?
No, it was like the moment they corrected my name.
Then you got them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were nice people. Though.
Yeah, of course. Nigerian
Did
people
you
are nice people.
Of course. Did you talk to them afterwards? And like, did you talk to some people?
Yeah, some people came to me. It was just like, yeah, it was great show.
Nice,
Thank you.
amazing.
Nice.
I've met so many Nigerian on that day,
Yeah.
you know, because like,
The
as I
vibe
told you,
was-
I grew up in France, and most Nigerian I knew back then were my family members,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, I didn't know there was like other Nigerian spread around the world. even like I swear I don't know why I thought like you know the singer Sade.
I love her.
I thought she was
I
my
don't know.
cousin.
No,
No, because I was like because my mom sometimes she was like I need to call Auntie Sade and was like she has such a beautiful voice.
I love Sade. Are
And
you
then
kidding?
I think I was like around 20. I was like that's okay. That's a different Sade. I like you still, but it's just like not the singer.
Oh my god.
So and it was like it was special, you know, like to find to meet like people, your people.
Yeah, I did Persian for the very first time this year as well in front of 500 people.
Persians.
Yeah, 500 Persians. I mean, there are always a couple of Germans who come with the Iranians because Iranians are like, yeah, if you don't come, I'm not gonna cook you something late.
I love it. Persian women are my favorite
Yeah.
type of people.
Even the men.
Of course.
The men are
Oh,
like,
just
yeah,
as sassy.
come with me so I can just tell everyone I have a German wife. You know?
So I have to show my trophy. It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
look, you, no wife, me, look.
I have a wife.
And when
Why
I
do we have
went
to
there-
put them accents? You know, in the song.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not like only people who are coming. We have Iranians who are in the parliament of Hamburg, and they were also there, like politicians.
So you have contact with politicians.
Right now, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it means like if I want to go to Iran, you can get me a visa.
No, actually, they are.
But if I go to Iran, I can't go to which
you
other
might
country?
not come back.
No, if you go to Iran, you're not allowed to go to Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
In
I think that,
America. In America.
in America, I don't want to.
Still.
I will go to America.
Still.
I mean, you can go, but you don't have to like put it in your passport, right? You can do it.
But still, they do the FBI check.
Oh,
And if
and
you
they
lie,
say-
then they deport you. I mean, if you get
You've been to the States before?
No.
How do you know all that?
Because we have a lot of Iranians who live in US.
You guys have like a WhatsApp group. It's just like it's Visa WhatsApp group. Yeah, here new regulation. Here, I found a loophole in the system. If you go to Italy,
Believe me or not, when Trump had the travel ban, it was a big thing. Everybody was talking about it, and everybody knows someone who lives in America.
Yeah.
Everybody was just, yeah, you know, if you go
That's
out,
crazy.
you can come back. And we had a lot of people who were stranded in the airport for a few days.
Wow.
Unbelievable. But if you now, I don't know, get a very big gig. Let's say Netflix says, okay, come to Chicago and do a gig. You would not go to America?
of course.
So see?
No, I didn't say I wouldn't go to
Oh,
America.
well, you
I would
know
say like
what-
before, I was way more attracted by America.
I see.
That was like the pop culture we knew
Yeah.
about, like DMX. You know, like DMX, Cisco's like da 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 da. You know, I want to go there. That's
Yeah.
what I wanted to.
But how was like performing in front of Persians?
Firstly, I had to change a lot of jokes because a lot of jokes are based on the people who have lived in Germany and understand German. And I know a lot of Iranians do not speak German. Like a lot of people do, especially those who come as students, they start, learning the language very fast. But there are a lot of people who moved here many years ago and they are not really interested in learning the language. So I had to change those and I had to come up with the topics that they might be interested in. I did a few of my jokes, and for the rest, it was just like an open mic. It was the first time I was doing them. But I was very happy because they were not like assholes to say, hey, you get out of here,
Yeah.
In the beginning, I had to stammer a little bit and try to see what works and what not. But at the end, I was like, okay, I have jokes about Tinder, and there's this member of parliament sitting in front of me, and I have to do this shit.
But of course you have to do this. I mean, like you can't censor
Yeah,
yourself.
but-
I know what you mean, but I mean like this it's an
But the thing is, a member of parliament is not supposed to laugh at those things or say, "Hey, I don't know about those things." So, and I could sense
Can
it.
you maybe you next time you say like, hey, I'm gonna do this joke. I don't want to put you into trouble. You go to the waiting room now. When I'm done, you come back. No, but I feel you.
But I had a lot of jokes that were like centered on the Germans, and I could see him laughing.
Mhm.
And after I was done with my set, I went backstage, and the organizer, she was like, "And there is one seat in the first row if you want to go and sit over there because that seat is empty." I was like, "I'd rather not." And she's like, "Please go. It doesn't look too nice in the videos."
Mhm.
So I went there, and this guy, member of parliament, is sitting there. Daniel Ilkhanipur, his name is, and I have to sit beside him, and he's like, "That was very funny." I was like, "Thank you so much," and that was it.
Hey, now when you go to the parliament, maybe you get special treatment.
Yeah, he started following me on Instagram, so
That's
it's like,
amazing.
Wow.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah,
That's great.
Wow, you're connected to politician.
yeah.
That's how corruption starts. You
Should
just
we
need
ask
one
the
connect.
question?
Oh, you have the questions.
I have another question for me. You talked about your first Spanish and first German show. You didn't talk about your first English one.
Oh.
My first, it was actually at Khalid.
Khalid.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mine.
it was at Khalid.
When?
It was, I can't even remember. It was before the pandemic, for sure.
Okay.
Because Captain Khalid, used to have like this show at Austria and Zipsich,
Mm-hmm.
you know, upstairs.
I bombed there.
And then once I went there, and he said, "You want to perform?" And I performed for the first time, like I think it was 7 minutes.
Okay.
It was really weird because I was like, "This is not my crowd. I'm used to German crowd. Where's my German crowd?" So it was cool. It was cool, but I had done like maybe like already like 100 shows in German
Okay.
before performing in English. So it was really weird.
That was the issue with Hamburg. There was no English thing
Yeah.
going on. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I remember my first English show was also in Haus 73 with Captain Khalid, and you were there. You were in the crowd. Like it was in the middle of the pandemic,
Mhm.
still early on. And it was when I first met you.
Oh, that's when we met.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I first met you. You wrote me on Instagram. You told me it was a good show. I remember. That was so sweet. The first time somebody ever gave me a compliment.
Yeah.
For my
That's so
comedy, not
French.
in life.
Yeah.
Like, but
No, but I remember. I was like, wow. I was impressed.
oh, that's so sweet.
I was
But
super impressed.
remember meeting you, and you were like, "I'm a comedian too," and I'm like, "Why don't you perform?" And you're like, "This is the female only show." I was
Oh,
like, "Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Ah, yeah, true.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
could. I
Yeah.
could.
You could say, yeah, I feel as if.
My French ID, because I made a mistake when I done it, and he has like an F. I take the wrong.
Oh.
So that's why I don't want to go to America, because they're gonna be, "Sir, you're not a sir.
Oh
You're a
my
woman.
God.
You have to prove it." No,
Yeah.
not a woman.
And before the pandemic, you used to run shows.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about it?
Yes. So I was telling you the first time when I think it was like, let's say like 4 years ago, there was not many open mic or places where we could perform. And so Khaldun, shout out to Khaldun if he listens. Khaldun, who I met and talked me into comedy. That's a long story. I will tell maybe once. Was like, okay, if we can't get any spot, let's try to think about the way where you can perform regularly, and maybe the option would be to create our own show. And for me, it was like, create our own show? How should that work? And then we found a location, and that's how we started.
What was
So
the
the
name?
purpose was like, it was called Melting Pot Comedy. So the purpose was really to have stage time, because Khaldun was like a great mentor when I started, and because he was telling me like, you need to perform. Are you? He told me the discussion. The first time I met, he was like, "Are you ready? Maybe to perform maybe twice a day, if there's opportunity, or maybe like at least 5 times a week." I was like, "Wow, that sounds a lot." But yeah, I have to do it. And then he realized there was not so many opportunities in Hamburg to perform, and that's how we started like Melting Pot Comedy. And then we had the pandemic,
you
and
stopped.
yeah, and some members left, but they're still there.
But I'm glad that you're here, and you have helped us a lot during the shows.
Yeah,
by
you guys have
performing week
also.
after
Thank
week
you.
After week. It's amazing to have you.
It's fun. Also, I mean, like for me, it's also like a 5 minutes walk from my place. So I'm like, okay, let me go, and I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Cool.
you are, I think, the most played comedian at
Yeah.
our show.
Yeah.
by far.
I mean, there was this period that you had back kick and you couldn't perform.
Yeah.
That was
That felt for me like maybe like 3 months or a year. I don't
Yeah.
remember. I was like, no, everyone is doing comedy, but fuck them.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. And I mean, I know a lot of your jokes, but people who don't know you or don't know you well.
Do you want me to
wanna
make a joke
talk
right
about-
now?
Sorry.
Do you want me to give you a joke right now? A bit?
No.
Okay.
I want to know how you write your jokes. Are they based on true story or are they not?
My jokes are based on true story.
Mm-hmm.
My jokes are based on true stories. Like I would say like the person who inspired me into doing comedy was my son. Or being a father inspired me to become
Yeah.
a comedian.
Okay. A lot of people stop after having kids.
No, for me it was just like no. I was like because like you have like you change your perspective on a lot of things,
I see.
and my way to deal with certain topics, which I could maybe not handle, was like to do it through comedy.
Does he know
and it's
that you
fun.
joke about him?
Of course he knows. Last time, I guess once he asked me, how was the show? I was like, yeah, it was okay. You know, I was like, yeah. Did you speak about me? I was like, no, not really. I was like, this is why you bombed. This is why. This is why. It's just like, and the thing is just like, I know some people like, or even like some people ask me, do you really have a kid? I was like, no, I don't have a kid, but I come on stage and tell kid stories. No,
Yeah.
I have a kid.
That would be so
And all,
weird
like-
if you would do that.
like-
That is weird.
It's true stories.
Yeah, I mean, your stories always seem true as well. There
Yeah.
are some comedians where you're like, oh, this was maybe a little bit over the top or any of that. With you, I never feel that. I always feel like, oh, this is like really
Happened.
every story.
Yeah.
And it's great. It really, I love those types of stand-up comics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And you did your solo last week.
Mhm.
You, apart from Captain Khalid, you're the first person to do a full hour in Hamburg. How do you feel about it?
Am I the first person to do a full hour?
No, well, I don't think
I
comedians
don't think so.
generally, but like from the crowd, from our comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have come here and done it, but people who live here and do the open mics doing a full hour in Hamburg, you're the first one.
I'm the first French one.
The first
But
ever.
this shouldn't be in the books.
So how do you feel about it?
I'm still not realizing, to be honest.
Yeah.
The day after, I was like, because I've put a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I mean, like you also putting the same energy like into doing jokes and going on stage whenever you can, and you have to perform. And this is like experience we gather to have this moment where you're gonna perform. You know, and it was like you went to Nightwash, for example.
Yeah.
How was it afterwards? Because Nightwash is like this German show where, of course, it's just like a trophy. People want to have like, oh, you're going to Nightwash. And I don't know. I want to hear like your perspective,
thing
how
is,
you felt afterwards.
I was happy that it went well. So, but I didn't put it on a pedestal. Like I knew nothing about German stand-up comedy. And when I started doing comedy here, it's for the first time when I heard about Nightwash. Like I saw Nightwash on YouTube, but I never really knew it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So when they reached out and asked me to perform there, I was very excited, but I didn't really put it in a pedestal before to be like extremely hyped. I was just happy that I didn't embarrass myself online. That's it.
But you did they call you for a mix show, right?
Yeah, the regular shows online. Yeah.
The thing was like in my case, and they called me for this how you call it, comedy talent. So of course, like with this whole ceremony, I was like, oh my god, they called me. I was on holiday. I was like, oh my god, they called me. Everyone was like, I'm going to Nightwash, and I heard about it, but I had no idea what they were. I knew from YouTube like you because I googled it. But then I watched some comedian. I was like, I don't understand German enough to understand what they're saying.
Oh my god!
I was like dramatic, and then I went. I put it kind of on a pedestal. And even like then I was on stage, and then people were saying, yeah, now you need to vote, and people were clapping. I was like, I'm in the final, not in the. I was so confused. And then I've realized afterwards, like I needed to have like people needed to call to vote for me, and I had to go on social media, hey guys, vote for me, which I of course love doing, begging, and
It is.
yeah. So it was like that kind of. Why am I speaking about this? Yeah, okay, because of the feeling that I have about the solo. Yeah, Nightwash afterwards, I was like, okay, I've done bigger shows than that. You know, like in front of bigger audience. Why did I put myself under so much pressure? It's of course because of the setups. You have the camera, you have this title, you have to win. And at the end, it was like, okay, I've done it. But for the solo, it was different because Of course, it's an hour, and he made me like the next day. I was still like, I did that, and
Yeah.
the day after was like, I still did that, and I'm still like realizing it. But now it's just like, okay, what's the next step?
The thing is, I have listened to most of your jokes week after week, and it was a pleasure for me to open for you. Thank you for that.
It was nice to have you too.
Thank you. And I did my thing. I come off the stage. Devin Gray goes on stage. He's done his thing. He comes off, and then you go on. And I know your jokes, but I see you have changed a lot of things in that. And you were laughing backstage so much, and I was like, damn, he's doing very well. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. And what's the next move for you?
The next move, I mean, like I've to the jokes that my solo is still like it's a progress.
Yeah.
It's still gonna move. It's still gonna evolve. I guess you guys noticed like some of my jokes which used to be a line, now it's like a complete story. So that's what I really want to have fun with my the work I've done for the last years. And now I've like, let's say like I have a format where I can say, okay, this is Culture Shock. This is the show. I can work on it, and all the jokes that I have, I put them on the side for the next solo. So I'm kind of like already working on the
Next
where it's gonna be much more darker.
Oh, okay. But are you planning to do the same one in other languages as well?
I'm doing the next one in German for sure.
The same story?
Exactly. I needed to do it in English first.
Yeah.
You know.
To make it happen.
Exactly, to do it in English and to make it happen. Sorry. And now I want to do it in German. I'd love to do it in Spanish. I'd love to do it in Spanish. So maybe I'll do it in Spanish also.
Would you like to do that in French?
In French? Yeah, I'm hoping. But I was just like, I would say like it depends. It depends on the check.
Okay.
No, it's like it depends. You know, like I have to think about like where do I have the most pleasure. The most pleasure I have like was to perform in English, and equally in German now, because you know how difficult it is like to be able like to come up with a set, and once you feel like you are there, then it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And Spanish, of course, I want to do it. And French is just like I've never done that. I've done comedy in French. I've performed once.
Once?
Yeah.
In Paris?
In Paris.
How was it?
I did a 3-minute set.
Oh, it's 3 minutes.
3-minute set. I think it was like, was it on a Tuesday at 2 p.m. or something like that?
Oh my god.
No, because they have so many shows in Paris. So they have to they can allow themselves like to have brunch with comedy. You have different timetables.
Like Berlin, they have all types.
Exactly. And you have like you sit in your room and there's just like so many comedians who want to perform, you know.
Oh yeah.
So there is no luxury where that we have in Hamburg where you can get to know people, you know, and it's very like industrial.
I did a couple of shows in Paris in English. I loved it. The scene over there was really good, and the people who were doing the English ones. Shout out to all of them. If I go to Paris again, I will definitely.
I want to go to Paris, but first I just want to perform in English first. I want to go to Paris and be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna perform, but I don't want to do French because I'm German now.
English then.
Yeah.
We could go together.
Yeah, you will get arrested by the police, my friend.
I'm German.
I'm German. I was saying like, we are German.
Yeah.
Hans Siegfried.
Sometimes it's even worse to say I'm German.
Yeah.
Like, I remember we went to Rome and we went to Colosseum, and the tour guide was talking about how Colosseum was robbed of the metals. And he said there was one country, we introduced ourselves as Iranians because I was with a couple of friends. And then he was like, there were the people of a country who attacked Italy and they took all the metals out of Colosseum. So when there was this earthquake, half of Colosseum fell down. You know which country that was? And we were like, oh, was it Iran? Was it Iran? And he was like, Germany! The Germans did that! And I was like, thank God we didn't take over. And I remember we were in Athens and the tour guide was talking to us. He was like, where are you guys from? I was like, we're from Germany. He was like, no, really?
Yeah, but I think that it's like it's like, I remember when I used to live in Barcelona and people would hear, oh, it's French. It's like, no, I don't want to deal with French people. A lot of them.
Oh, okay.
Because like French, it's not like, it's like I don't want to generalize, but unfortunately, like when people are abroad, some people, they behave like differently, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
So I felt like in Barcelona, like French people was just like a bit like over the top. In Barcelona, it feels like it's You know Mallorca? What is Mallorca for the German?
Yeah.
So Barcelona is the same for the French people.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought French people don't even travel.
They
that
travel a lot.
inside.
No,
outside,
no,
right?
they travel a lot. There is like a lot of French people in London. I've lived in London.
Okay.
There is a lot of people
Yeah,
in
They're not
Hamburg.
like Germans where they are everywhere, but they are.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many French in Germany.
You've never
No, I have.
Berlin, Hamburg, they're all in Altona. You have to go to Altona, or you have to go to Airbus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to Airbus, it's a city even.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
You-
mean, they also have like in Bordeaux. I think they have a production line.
Can you say it? What do you say?
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. Bordeaux.
How do you say that in French?
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Like the wine, Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Voulez-vous un verre de Bordeaux? Oui, monsieur, s'il vous plaît. Merci, mademoiselle.
Ah, this is-
That's
Sounds good,
like
huh?
an advertisement.
Sounds good, huh?
yeah, we will use
If
it.
you ever do an advertisement for Burning Mike in French,
It's like,
you're gonna do
bonjour, bienvenue chez Burning Mike, le micro brûlant. Ce soir, nous avons des comédiens fantastiques.
The language sounds so much better than any other language.
No.
I think so.
Spanish.
No.
Nah, I
I
would say like Italian. I love
Nah.
Italian.
Italian
Buonasera, buongiorno.
But
Ma che
also
fate?
Spanish is like that.
No, Spanish is also like, it depends.
Rhythmical and
And any like list of the most beautiful languages, Arabic and German are never on any.
of course not. No. Also Turkish.
Yeah, Turkish is really like a language that nothing, because a lot of Middle Eastern languages sound somewhat similar, or like, then there's Turkish.
Yeah.
That is just something.
Also Persian, because Persian is Indo-European. It's totally different from other languages over there.
Maybe, yeah, but Persian, I think Persian is still better than, like, it sounds a little bit more smooth than Arabic.
Yeah, it is very smooth because we
Yeah.
also, we like to just go very slowly.
Can you-
And I am a very good citizen and I like all the people.
Can
and-
you say like my name is Shahin and
In
I
Persian?
live and I live in Hamburg since a while and now
Okay.
I'm German.
Okay. اسم من شاهینه. من الان 5 ساله که هامبورگ زندگی میکنم. 8 ساله که آلمان زندگی میکنم و الان آلمانی شدم.
You speak pretty fast, no? Or normal? Was it the
It
normal
was
rhythm?
normal. It wasn't too fast.
Can you do the same in Arabic?
أنا اسمي ياسمين أنا نسكن في الهامبورغ.
But it sounds like, why do you say like you guys like Arabic sounds like, sorry,
I
Iranian,
think-
Iranian is disqualified right now. Persian, sorry.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it sounds good. It's just like,
I think so. I think like Arabic get like a very bad reputation.
yeah,
That it
it's,
sounds extremely aggressive because maybe the media, but like I
course.
think Arabic music
Mhm.
is so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It sounds
it
great.
is.
The thing is, in
Do you know
Arabic,
Renu I don't want.
you forgot?
What's the name of the song? It's like,
Did you wanted to start singing in Arabic?
no, it was like, yeah,
That's Quran.
No.
That's every single song.
عبد القادر بولي
That's what is his name? Khalid.
Yeah, Khaled and Rashid.
Yeah, you know, but
Oh.
he's big in French, right?
Yeah, they're big in France.
Yeah.
So that was like the music I listened to
Yeah.
before I start like I left France. I grew up with a lot of
North Africans. They
North
all-
African.
Yeah. The thing is, with Arabic, there are a lot of countries speaking it, and there are a lot of different dialects and also pronunciation.
But my parents come from North Africa, which is known for the most harsh Arabic.
Oh, okay.
And still, I think it sounds normal. Like the smoother Arabic is like the Levantine, like the Palestinian, the Lebanese. It's more nicer.
Yeah, shout out
we
to
speak-
Chris.
and
Yeah,
we
I
speak
want to
in
hear
restaurants.
Chris speak.
Yeah, we
Apropos
need-
Chris, the first time I've seen Chris on stage speaking German, I was afraid. Really, because of his look and his glasses, he looked like like this doctor you see in the movies. It's like,
Yeah.
hello, ich bin Professor Hans. Aussehen bitte.
The thing is, Chris usually talks with Jasmine in German, and I've seen them backstage, and I'm like, are you guys speaking Arabic or German?
So you had that moment also.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going
I was
on?
like, why is this
Two
like?
Arabic people are like, are they planning something? Like,
I mean, Iran is also part of that.
yeah, trust me. If we were planning something, you guys would be financing us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have financial issues? I'll take care of it. What do you want to do?
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, do you need money? Do you need money?
I have money, but money laundry we have to do first, and then you wash it. And
It would be funny if you would come up to us and like, do you guys need money?
I can finance you guys.
yeah.
Oh god. Should we go to the questions?
Yes, that would be. Did my laptop die?
So much technology and yet
A few moments later.
So we had a technical issue and the laptop stopped working, so we had to stop. But now we are back with one mic, and I have some questions that I got from the people, and we are going to ask them from Ayo, because that's what we do at the end. So are you ready?
Yes.
I mean, I think hold on.
That's it. That's the first one.
Okay, but I mean, some of them we already asked. We kind of asked this one. Like, I think this is a good question because of your solo last week. How was it working with Captain Kali for your special?
Mike.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was great. That was like, and I'm not overreacting. Working with Captain Khalid was a blessing for me because like the best thing you can do is just like to have someone like a mentor, and Khalid's been someone who's inspired me. I guess like a lot of comedians are also inspired by him. Seeing him on stage, and I was just like, wow, it was really inspiring. So it was really cool. We worked a lot. That's what I can tell you, and it works. You guys know that I think I work a lot, and Khalid works even more than I do. So it was great. It was great.
Okay. Did he put a lot of pressure on you, like push you, hey, shout or?
Why? I was just like, why do you think it's just like?
Physically violent.
It looks like like an interrogation. It's like, was he violent towards you? Yeah, I just grabbed my head and was just like, say this line.
No, the thing is, I have been a teacher, and some teachers are like that.
But you think about like, I mean, like Khalid is like also a friend, and we have a connection, like, so you don't have this barrier where you have a teacher and you have to learn new times, so it was there was no shouting.
Okay.
He just threw the mic on at me. No, you dropped the line.
You're stupid.
No.
Okay.
That was just not.
So
why did you ask that question?
They asked us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it? What did they ask?
They asked, should the white people be afraid of you?
Is it an honest question?
Yeah.
No, what?
Why should I stay away? Like, he's a white guy and he wants to. Why should he stay away from you?
I think a white girl.
Oh, white girl. Maybe.
White guys. Why
White
should
girls.
I stay away? But what is white guys?
Isn't it like
yeah,
girls?
like a slang.
Like,
but is it a question from a white boy or white girl? It doesn't make any difference. But
It's
a weird
anonymous. We don't know.
Why?
it's a
Datenschutz.
Why they stay away from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking lunatic. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, if you want to stay away from me, then stay away. And now, I'm walking away. You remember, guys, Craig David? I didn't want to sing, but it's just like, why you should stay away from me. Which toxic trait do I have? I have plenty of toxic traits.
Okay. You do comedy in English, Spanish, German. Which which audience is the best?
I think I had great shows in every language, really.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I feel like the audience in English is better.
It's international.
Because it's international, and also like they understand comedy. Because most of us learn about stand-up comedy like through looking at stand-up comedian performing in English, and it's kind of in the culture. So that's why I think automatically the audience is like way better. Not better, it doesn't sound like it. Not, you know what I mean? It's like different. It's more receptive, I would put it this way. But I had great shows in front of German shows, in front of German audience also. It was great. Spanish was great too. So, yeah.
Which one looks like an achievement? Like, if you make the Germans laugh, it's much more difficult than the English.
For me, the day after I went to Nightwatch. Before Nightwatch, I was like, it should be like, I was worrying about the Adidas. When I went to Nightwatch, I was like, fuck it. Mm-hmm. After Nightwatch, I was like, fuck it. This is the way I speak, and I know I speak German better than most Germans do. Not the most German, but a lot of German people. And I don't want to brag about something, but I think sometimes we should own that shit and say hey, you know what, guys, we're learning your language, and now we are able to joke with it. Mm-hmm. So it's not an easy task. So I think German is a great achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We have one last question. Who is your biggest inspiration?
Who is my biggest inspiration?
Yeah.
It's my son.
Your son?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Okay.
It's my son, because it's like I don't know. It's just like I just have to listen to him and watch what he's doing. It's just like simple things, and for me, it's just like back to the basics, back to just like we can spend the whole day just draw the whole day and laugh and talk, and that's it. Like sometimes we complicate ourselves by doing different things, but it's fucking inspiring. It's funny and also situation. Being a father, I think it's something like you don't know how it would work, and I'm still learning about it. So there's a lot of moments which are. It's inspiring me. This kid is inspiring me. And I also see his growth because I made him, so I see like how my sperm is now making.
Oh God.
Okay, that was you used to be a sperm and now you're so great, my son.
Oh my God.
No, but it's been performing pretty well.
Okay.
Let's see how his result in Q4 are doing.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
No,
So, we don't have any more questions. Is there any last thing you want to share with us?
Thanks for having me at
Thank you for being here.
Gossip. We didn't speak about any gossip.
Yet.
Yeah. We will not speak about the time where Jess called me a slut.
Oh,
But maybe next time we'll discuss about it. She called me a slut. I was backstage. I had to go in the corner and cry. Did you call me a slut? She said, yes, I called you a slut. You were speaking about abuse. I got abused by Jess.
Yeah, I remember, and I was right. So
No, but it was great. It was great. I had a lot of fun. And I hope I'll be invited again. And looking forward to the next comedian who's going to be invited.
Yeah.
Do you know who's going to be invited?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. Do you have anything you want to plug, like your Instagram, website, anything?
Yes. So my website is being built right now.
Amazing.
And my Instagram account is Ayonimus, AYO. You will put it anyway.
Yeah,
somewhere,
that's true.
So you can follow me on Instagram. I'm preparing my solo in German. This is going to be fun, most likely beginning of this year. So stay tuned. And then I'll do Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was Backstage Gossip number 2 with Ayo. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. It was a pleasure to have you. We were live from Ao No Hostel. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Tomorrow we have a show right here. Tomorrow, which is a Saturday. Every Saturday we are here, 9th floor, Sky Bar.
It's going to be nice.
It's going to be nice. Unfortunately, Ayo is not going to be there tomorrow.
But there is also other comedians.
Of
That's
course.
true.
And the location is cool. I like the location up there.
Yeah.
It's
It's a nice exclusive place.
Yeah.
And let's see how things go. Apart from that, we have next week on Friday, which is December 1st, we are going to have our last comedy showcase of 2023. And then we start again next year. So 2023, last one. The week after that, 7th of December, we have the last spotlight show. We have 4 comedians. Helge is going to be there from Hamburg. Andrew Freiheit is our newcomer. And we have 2 comedians coming from Berlin, Anya Wood and Carmen, the Lebanese Carmen.
Carmen is one of the best comedians I know. So
Yeah, that one is also out on 7th of December, which is going to be the last one. And 13th of December, we have our Christmas special, which is going to be our grand season finale. So music, comedy, prizes, Taylor Swift birthday party. Yeah, Ayo is pissed about it, but I'm gonna perform in Taylor Swift jumper.
No, man, you won't do that.
I will definitely do
Man,
that.
you need to grow up. The next guest. I have an idea for the next guest. We're gonna. I know I'll get a very good psychologist.
yeah, he needs that.
He needs
Yeah.
help. If you want to help Shaheen, dial number. Do you have what is your phone number? Datenschuss. We can't tell Shaheen's number, but he needs help, and you can make a difference.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to visit her next year, so.
You're not gonna visit her. You're going to a concert.
Yeah, but he
yeah.
doesn't know the difference.
I have the VIP ticket.
You bought a VIP ticket.
Yes.
How much does it cost?
You don't want to know. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for listening. This was
Backstage
Gossip.
Gossip number 2.
Number 2 was Ayo.
Thank you guys. Take care of
3,
yourself.
17th of December.
Stay healthy. Don't stress.
Thank you.